Following video is not made for kids. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everyone, this is the TFfangeek. For those of you who've been keeping up with my chat, I know last week I announced that I came down with COVID and I'm almost through it now. Basically, they told me at work when I got sick, which was last Wednesday, on December 6th, that I have to give myself 10 days of isolation before I can go back to work. But here's the thing. I tested negative today, and well, basically, they told me at my job I can either continue my 10 days of isolation at home or I could go to work and wear a mask. And I figured, you know what? I'm still coughing, even though I tested negative, so I'm almost over having COVID. But since I still have a 10-day isolation period that I have to see until this coming Saturday on December 16th, I figured, why go to work and wear a mask if I'm going to be coughing and having to be on the telephone all day long, which is what I do at my job. So I figured, why not just stay home and wait out my isolation period away from everyone until I know for certainty that every last trace of COVID has been expelled from inside me. So I took that route. My manager was a little disappointed. I myself am a little disappointed that I chose to go that route. But to be honest, I personally think that it's better to go this way because at my job, if you show any symptoms of being ill, then they'll ask you to go home. And if you go to work intentional, knowing that you're ill, then you get in trouble. So I figured even though this is the more financially constrainous decision of staying home until my 10-day isolation period is over, I figured this would be the option where I'd be the least likely to get in trouble with my job's human resources department, and human resources is always big at medical clinics like the one where I work at. So, yeah, this is basically where I'm at. I'm home until Friday, then I can go back to work next Monday on the 18th of December, which I'm kind of glad because at the end of next week is Christmas weekend, and I get Christmas Day off, so I'm really excited to do. I'm looking forward to that. But it's been no fun at all having COVID. It's felt like it's weird. It's almost felt like a cross between a cold and the stomach flu. Ew, and I coughed and when I was coughing and had so much congestion in my sinuses, I'm still coughing. So if I cough during the next few videos I record over the next few days, hey, just bear in mind with me because as I'm still trying to get the last bit of COVID out of me, even though I tested negative, I still think there's minute traces of it left inside me. So, anyways, that's the main reason I haven't recorded any review since I announced that I came down with it. I needed to give my voice a rest. Yes, and there were times where it was difficult to talk because every time I would talk, it felt like something wanted to come out of my nose or my mouth, and you guys get the idea. But anyways, that's the announcements part of this video. The rest of the video title says that I purchased another Transformers action figure. I will admit now, this won't be the last. There's a couple more Transformers figures I found available on Amazon, so I'm going to get those tomorrow, and hopefully they'll come within the next few days. But when I did my last collection haul video a week ago, when I got they're all the way up there on the top of that tower of Transformers boxes, when I got the collaborative Code Red figure and also Legacy Power Links Armada Hotshot, that they were two of three Transformers action figures that I had purchased recently. And the third one I was kind of hoping would have arrived at least at some point last week, but it arrived today, and thankfully I was home to keep an eye out for it because I had to sign off for it. Again, this is the coughing I was talking about a moment ago. Oh, so I was almost hesitant to do this video because if I talk for a lengthy period of time, coughing starts up. So I'm still debating if I'm going to do any reviews during my time off from work or not. I might have to give my voice some more rest unless I have a bottle of ice cold water in order to keep my voice from coughing on camera for you guys. But for those of you who have stuck it out with my channel, I thank you for your continued support. And I'm starting to get sidetracked again, but I purchased one more Transformers action figure for now. Now, it's not the last one, but it is by all accounts a Christmas present that I got for myself. And I'm really thrilled about having this Transformers action figure in my collection because it's one that Transformers fans and collectors either have been dying to add to their collections or ones that missed on it entirely. Part of it has to do with how this figure was distributed, but I am just thrilled that I was able to get a copy of this and now have one in my Transformers collection. This was one of the Transformers action figures for the entirety of the year 2023 that I was eager to add to my collection. This was in my top 5 Transformers action figures to collect this year, along with the other ones I collected, such as Legacy, Commander Class Armada Optimus Prime, the Titan Class Nemesis, that was released earlier this year, and also Legacy Leader Class Armada Megatron was another top figure that I wanted to get this year, and another one. Some of the others included Voyager Class Legacy Tarn. And I'm trying to think of the other Transformers figures I added this year that were that made my top 10 list. There was also Leader Class Skyquake, who's right behind me, and his brother Dreadwing. And there was also Studio Series Voyager Class Ratchet to go with Studio Series Ironhide, who came out last year. There were a couple of other Studio Series 86 figures that came out that, for now, I can't think of them, only because I've had a lot of other things on my mind. But more importantly, I spent all day stressing out for this figure, and when it finally showed up on my door, it made the highlight of my day. So without further delay, everyone, I know you in the back of the room, you're telling me, TFfangeek, shut up and just reveal the figure already. Alright, calm down. So here it is, without further delay, everyone. I present to you my most recent Transformers purchase to my Transformers collection. Everyone, I present you the big bad Transformer of the year 2023. Everyone, I give you HasLab Deathsaurus. That's right. I have Deathsaurus here. This is the exterior box that he comes packaged in. I haven't actually opened it up yet and looked at the inner box, but I think I'm just really thrilled to finally have this thing. Just like all the other people who are getting HasLab Deathsaurus, this was delivered by FedEx, and I did have to sign off for it, so I'm just glad that it came on a day when I was here at home. And not at work, because what FedEx usually does is if they have a package that needs to be signed off for, and there's no one to sign for it, they take it back to their facility, and then they bring it back the next day, and they keep holding it until there's someone finally at the address that it's being dropped off at where it can finally be delivered to. But yeah, this is Deathsaurus. It says here on the side of the box that he is the third, he is the number 3 Transformers Generations HasLab figure. The first one was Unicron, and the second one was Victory Saber, who I have in this brown box behind me. That's been Victory Saber all year long inside that brown box behind me. And since I got Victory Saber a year ago, I'm going to review Victory Saber first before I get Deathsaurus out of his box. But yeah, I'm really thrilled to finally have him here in hand. So yeah, there he is. I finally got Deathsaurus. And for those of you wondering just how big the box is, it's enormous. It's much bigger than Victory Saber and Star Sabers. It's almost the size of a Titan class box. Though it's not as lengthy as them, it is just as wide and just as tall. And from the videos I've seen, Deathsaurus is even bigger than Victory Saber is. I'd say he's almost the size of Siege Jetfire if I saw some comparison photos of him with Jetfire. But yeah, you get the idea. Deathsaurus is basically, he himself, he's a commander class sized figure, but then in terms of his accessory pieces, you get his throne, that he sits on. You get the 2 Micromasters, who are the other half of the Micromaster rescue team. The other 2 members were sold with Victory Saber last year. And you also get a flight stand, and so you can display Deathsaurus or is flying if you want, just like you can with the flight stand Victory Saber came with. And then you get Deathsaurus' 2 chest minions. Eagle Breast and Tiger Breast are their names, and that's because Deathsaurus is part of the controversially named team of Decepticons that were the main villains of Transformers Victory, and their team name was the Decepticon Breast Force, and that's because as in Japan the word breast is intermittently used with the word chest. And the other members of the Breast Force, apart from Deathsaurus, were the 6 Decepticons who could combine into the Decepticon Combiner Lio Kaiser. Lio Kaiser infamously was the final Transformers Combiner figure released in the Combiner Wars line back in the year 2016. And Lio Kaiser was also the last Transformers figure released in the Transformers Platinum Edition series, which was a high-end collector's subline of Transformers. But infamously, instead of being entirely Generation 1 accurate, the Combiner Wars version of Lio Kaiser, for the torso bot, Hasbro just took the Combiner Wars Voyager class Skylynx figure and recolored it in the colors of the 2 Decepticons who combined into Lio Kaiser, Leozak and Jaguar. And since it was a repaint of Skylynx, they decided to give that figure the name Dezaris. And so basically, Combiner Wars Lio Kaiser, the torso bot that forms him, Dezaris, is a 3-way mashup of Leozak, Jaguar, and this guy, Deathsaurus. This is technically the HasLab figure. It's technically not the first Deathsaurus figure that's been released by Hasbro, but it is the most Generation 1 accurate, and it's the first dedicated Deathsaurus action figure that's been released by Hasbro here in the United States. And I think it's a shame that Hasbro decided to release Deathsaurus as a HasLab figure, just like they did with Victory Saber. And when Deathsaurus came today, I looked around my room, and I noticed that all of the Japanese Transformers characters, both the Autobots and the Decepticons, such as Piranacon, the combined form of the Seacons, behind me, as you can see, and then some of the other Japanese exclusive characters in my collection include such as Victory Saber, who's still inside his box, now Deathsaurus, and also God Jinrai. There's also Star Convoy, who was released in Takara's Generation Selects line right there behind my head. Star Convoy, and even Legacy Minerva. All of Takara Tomi's Japanese Transformers characters have been released as exclusives. There has been no Japanese exclusive Transformers character that Hasbro has released in the Legacy line that's been released at mass retail. Hell, the closest to a Japanese character that's been released at mass retail was Legacy Metal Hawk, but then Metal Hawk was released in the United States, if I remember correctly, as well, yeah, but as far as the characters that were originally exclusive to Japan, they've all been released as exclusives, so it really will be a sight to see if and when and Hasbro ever releases an original Takara Tomy Japanese G1 Transformers character at mass retail instead of as an exclusive. So, my own gripes aside, do I regret getting HasLab Deathsaurus and adding him to my collection? No. Should I have saved that question for the finale of Deathsaurus' review? Yes. Am I probably going to repeat that question again, even though I said it now? Yes, I most likely will. The point is, Deathsaurus is one of those once-in-a-lifetime Transformers action figures, just like Victory Saber was last year. here. And so my advice to you is, if you find that you have the money to get Death Source, then by all means get him. Money is tight during the month of December because everyone is buying up Christmas presents for everyone. But the thing is, I purchased Death Source last month when he was still on pre-order on by someone selling him off of eBay. Hey, so I'm just really thrilled to finally have him here. I will open up Death Source when I get around to reviewing him, and when I take a photo of him for the thumbnail of his video review. But for now, I may give my voice a rest for now until I'm over COVID, and I know I'm not coughing anymore. But thank you guys all so much for tuning in. I am on the road to feeling better. And my day today was brightened by the arrival of HasLab Deathsaurus. So, with him in my collection, I have 2 of the 3 HasLab Transformers figures in my Transformers collection. I have no plans whatsoever at all on getting the HasLab Unicron figure. I apologize for doing that hand gesture. Or I know it was stupid, but that I just wanted to get my point across that I have no intentions whatsoever on getting the HasLab Unicron figure. That figure is just too large and too expensive, even for my collecting tastes. So for now, I'll just wait. And maybe someday, if I have enough money, I might get the original Armada Unicron figure, or maybe one of its subsequent repaints, and use that as my official Unicron figure. But definitely, I was thrilled to finally get Death Source. So again, as I said, I'm on the road to recovering from COVID, but I'm not quite fully recovered yet. So please stay tuned. I'll decide if I'm up to making any reviews over the next few days while I'm stuck here at home. But as my voice has just hinted to me, I should stop talking now. The video's already gone on much longer than I wanted it to. I wanted it to be less than 10 minutes, and it's already 17 minutes and counting, so thank you guys all so much once again. This is the TFfangeek. I'm on the road to recovering from COVID, so thank you guys all for your continued support. Hopefully this cough will go away over the next few days and I can get some reviews done. And I may just, when I'm recording my reviews, have a great big glass of water to keep my throat moisturized, so I don't use up my voice, but because I'm eager to get back to making reviews for you guys. So until next time, everyone, and thank you for your continued support. I am just thrilled to finally have HasLab Death Source in my Transformers collection. This was one of the top 3 Transformers action figures that I wanted to get this year. Here alongside some of the Transformers figures released in the Legacy line. So thank you guys all so much, and until next time, you guys, stay safe, stay healthy, transform and roll out. Goodbye, everyone.